busy talking with the press.
I'll have to go back by
What did I get to do?
I want my legend to continue.
Good evening, folks. Welcome to the Irmo Town Council Meeting, April 21st, 2026. Prior to that, we're going to have a public hearing. The public hearings are A, to receive comment on ordinance 2608, which would annex 0.44 acres of land into the town of Irmo, with a zoning of GC, General Commercial. The parcel TMSR 04004-01-02 is located at 200 Ministry Drive. Part B, to receive comments on ordinance 2609, which would annex 21.78 acres of land into the town of Irmo. The parcels TMSR 03206-01-11 and parcel 12 are located on Dreer Shoals Road, north of Leamington Way. Parcels R 03206-01-11 is requesting a zoning of FA, fringe agricultural, and parcel R 03206-01-12 requesting an RS, single family residential zoning. At this point, I would ask for people who had signed up to make comments. Having seen no one sign up, I would ask if anyone has a last-minute comment to these. If not, we close the public hearing. Next item up is our agenda, and we have started a new honoring our flag and our first responders and our military and everything else. And we've got a special person here today who's going to lead us in the salute and the Pledge of Allegiance. And I'm going to call him up in a minute, but I want to read a little bit about who this guy is. Captain Matthew Jenkins, United States Marine Corps, retired. It's a distinct privilege to stand before you today. We will in a minute stand. To recognize a resident who embodies the very essence of service above self. On behalf of the Town Council and the citizens of Irmo, I am proud to honor Matthew Jenkins, a man whose life has been defined by a steadfast commitment to protecting our community and our nation. Matthew's journey to service began right here in this community before he was appointed to the United States Naval Academy, graduating with the class of 2005. Upon commissioning, began a distinguished career in the United States Marine Corps, where he served with courage and leadership. As a platoon commander in the Anti-Terrorism Battalion at Camp Lejeune, Matthew led his company through 7 months of combat, earning the Combat Action Ribbon for honorable actions while under enemy fire. His military service took him across the globe, from local combat units in Iraq to serving with the Fleet Anti-Terrorism Security Teams in Norfolk and Guantanamo Bay. His final active duty command was with the 4th Force Recon, supporting operations across the African continent. After a stellar military career, he concluded his active duty in 2012. However, Matthew's retirement from the Marines was simply the start of a new chapter of service. He joined the FBI, where he spent years on the front lines of justice, from working violent crime and gang squads in Phoenix to supervising the investigation of the Nashville Christmas Day bombing. His expertise has been vital to our national security. In 2022, Matthew finally returned home to Irmo as a supervisory special agent in the Columbia FBI office. He now leads efforts against violent crime, gangs, and human trafficking. His impact is felt daily through his close collaboration with our local law enforcement, working tirelessly to clear our streets of dangerous criminals. Beyond his professional duties, Matthew remains Irmo tried and true. He is intimately involved in local ministries that support our teenagers and victims of domestic violence. His dedication was recently recognized with the FBI Medal of Excellence for his initiatives that bring local law enforcement together to protect our community. Matthew Jenkins, we thank you for our leadership, for your leadership, especially your leadership, your sacrifice, and your unwavering heart for the town of Irmo. It is an honor to call you one of our own. At this time, I would like to ask the Chief of Police to come up and present the flag to Captain Matthew Jenkins, USMC retired. Lead us in the pledge, sir.
Absolutely. Please join me in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Mayor, you want to talk about the flag?
Yeah. You want to tell us about the flag? No?
Where it flew?
Well, yeah, the flag, I'm sorry, the flag flew over our Veterans flag, over our Veterans Park. It has been flown there for quite a period of time.
Okay.
And it is the real McCoy.
Awesome.
And
Thank you.
And it flew probably for veterans like yourself.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. Councilman, you want to give us the invitation?
Yes, Mr. Mayor. I was recently reminded of my Toastmasters days. In Toastmasters, one of the things that we learned is a sign of mutual respect of all beliefs, spiritualities, and religions. So sometimes we can open up an invocation through a prayer. Sometimes we can do it through a positive thought. So today, if you would indulge me, I would like to have a positive thought. It's prepared, so it says, "As we gather tonight to conduct the business of our town, let us take a moment to reflect on our shared purpose. We are here not just as individuals, but as stewards of this community's future. May we have the clarity to listen with open minds, the courage to speak with honesty, and the wisdom to act in the best interest of every neighbor we represent. Let us be inspired tonight by the spirit of service, remembering that our greatest strength lies in our ability to work together for the common good." Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman. Great job. Words we truly should heed. Okay. Next up is the approval of the agenda. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve the agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you. Next up is the reading of the minutes from March 24th, 2026, Town Council Special Meeting minutes. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve the minutes of the March 24th, 2026 Town Council Special Meeting.
Second.
Having been appropriately motioned, is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Next up is the reading of the March 24th, 2026 Town Council minutes. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve the minutes of the March 24th, 2026 Town Council Meeting.
Is there a second? Having been appropriately motioned, is there further discussion?
I'd like to make an amendment. I'd like to make a motion to amend the minutes of the March 24th, 2026 Town Council Meeting with the following corrections. Under unfinished business, item A, The voting record for ordinance 26-04 was 5-0. Under new business item A, the voting record for ordinance 2605 was 4-1, with Councilman Penfield voting against.
Okay, I'll second that motion. Is there any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Now we need to go back to the original motion for the approval of the as amended. I'm sorry, is the approval as amended? Is there a motion? We already had the motion, so we're going to vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Waldman. Yep, April, give me a minute. Next one up is the April 7th, 2026 Town Council Workshop Minutes.
I move that we approve the April 7, 2026 Town Council Workshop minutes.
Second.
Second? Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you. All right, next item up is report of standing, item 7, and that's the administrative briefing. Mr. Crossland, would you give us an update?
Sure, bear with me a little bit. It's a little long this time. So just want council to be aware of what staff is doing. Administrator's report, we have the ATAX meeting coming up on May the 4th at 6 o'clock to make recommendations to council for disbursements of state funds. This is the new year that we started this during our budget season instead of waiting until August. RFP and RFQ updates. Proposal for IT services closes this Friday. We have 9 so far. We just issued proposals for banking services, went out last week, and today we released a proposal for our general contractors. So we'll have a pick of a few contractors on call that can do smaller projects and such. We're continuing to work on Rawls Creek Park. As you know, the basketball court is finished and now installing a water fountain and extending some fencing to keep the ball from rolling in the parking lot. The other fountain from Lexington Health, donated from Lexington Health, will be installed by the amphitheater. That's probably the next 2 weeks. We have agreements ready to present at the next work session. Those include MPA strategies and our building official CCNI. We can discuss those at the next work session before the budget. We are preparing to update a few projects here at Town Hall, and those include resealing and striping of the parking lot, replacing the lighting. We have too many dark spots and our lights are very obsolete. We're also looking to refresh the municipal complex, like paint, carpet, chairs, dais, redoing some of that. So as you can see, the pictures are gone. If those of you that had OCD, I'm sure you're glad to see them because there's no way we can keep them straight. So it was anyway. Once we select our new general contractor, whether it's 1 or 2, we'll get an estimate to redo the bridge or connect the bridge to the United Methodist Church in the back of Moore Park. We should have that in place by the Ochre Strut. So we have a new employee handbook, updated employee handbook completed. We'll discuss that at the May work session as well. We moved the vacant public works position to the police department temporarily. This position will be assigned as the accreditation manager. Primary goal is to be state accredited with 1 year and then immediately go after our national accreditation, which is called CLIA, and that stands for the Commission of Accreditation for Law Enforcement Agencies. We're already doing this, we might as well get recognized for it. And once we receive our national accreditation, that's the excellence in police. Staff met with Lexipol earlier today about grants for the amphitheater stage and seating expansion, and also Safe Streets grant for Lake Murray Boulevard. This incorporates safety improvements throughout that corridor, mainly Columbiana, Lake Murray, 60, where we have a considerable amount of collisions there. The sidewalks have been repaired in the 7700 block of St. Andrews and Ashbourne at Flagsbury. Thank you to SCDOT and Richland County for that. Still working on our wayfinding project, which is the signs. Staff will bring that to a work session soon for discussion. Town Hall update, we have made the recommendation. Plan corrections from USDA. Dave Detweiler will submit those for review by the end of the week, and we're moving forward. Slow, but we're moving forward. And Speed and Beauty is official booked for April 18th, 2027.
Anybody have questions? I have one. Can you briefly tell us, maybe the chief can jump in, what the accreditation means and how it goes about, and then how we get the national time frame involved, and just a brief description.
Chief, you want to go?
Sorry, Chief, I caught you off guard twice.
Mr. Mayor, that's all right. So basically, like Mr. Crosland said, we're already doing some of these things that the standards for law enforcement. There's certain laws we have to keep up with, and we have to prove that we're doing that. We do it once every 3 years with the academy right now. They come by and audit. We show them proofs of different incident reports, use of force standards, and so we're already doing that. This is a way for us to get away from that audit with the academy and be recognized for being accredited. I think the state's going to be a little easier, but once we get that, we can go to the national part and be recognized nationally. Take about 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
It's a big deal.
Big deal. All right. Thank you. All right. Next up, new in-town businesses. Counselor, I'm gonna leave this one to you.
Okay, thank you. We have quite a few. Chipotle Mexican Grill is at 1069 Dutch Fork Road. We have Rocket Pediatric Therapy at 1036 Kinley Road, not to be confused with Kennerly, but Kinley, at Suite B. Imprint Aesthetics at 7777 St. Andrews Road, which is at Suite Q. Skin Friend, that's at 10071 Broad River Road. That's also aesthetics and skincare. Dutch Brothers Coffee at 1511 Lake Murray Boulevard. Lake Murray Pretzel Company at 7971 North Woodrow Street, Suite 10. And then Hair Transformation at 8090 Irmo Drive, Suite 29. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Thank you. Great job. Next item up, consideration of communications. And I would like to defer this to Councilor Waldman.
Thank you. It's my great pleasure to introduce a remarkable young leader who is representing the spirit and talent of our community with grace and purpose. Please join me in welcoming Charlize Charlie Collins, our newly crowned Miss Irmo Teen 2026. A sophomore at Gray Collegiate Academy, Charlie earned her title this past February. Central to her mission is her community service initiative, Open Mic, which stands for Mental Health, Inclusion, and Creativity. Through this platform, she advocates for mental wellness across the community with a special focus on supporting the arts and empowering local artists. This June, Charlie will carry the Irmo name to the Miss South Carolina competition. Her ultimate goal is to represent our great state at the Miss America Teen competition later this year. As she prepares for the state stage, there are several ways our community can support her journey. Sponsorships. Local businesses have the opportunity to purchase ad space in the Miss South Carolina program this summer. Community appearance. Charlie is eager to stay active right here at home. She is available to serve as an MC, judge, or guest speaker for local events. And performances. As many of you may know, Charlie is a gifted vocalist, and her favorite way to give back is by singing at community gatherings. Charlie is incredibly proud to represent her hometown, and we are equally proud to have her as an ambassador for Irmo. Please give a warm welcome to Miss Irmo Teen Charlize Collins.
We are very honored to have Charlie here and to celebrate your victory and more importantly, what you're have a proclamation in May for mental health for the youth of our community, being May is Mental Health Month. We would like you to come back for that and be part of that if you have time. I know you're busy schedule. And when you're not doing that, I know you're a good public speaker and very talented, and anytime you want to take over run one of these meetings, I'll be happy to sit aside for a few minutes. So, again, welcome to the town, welcome to what you're representing and how you're representing it, and I'd love for you to say a couple words if you can, if you'd like to. If you don't, look them up.
Well, thank you so much. This truly is an honor. This year, I have been striving not only as a title holder, but just as a person to be more active with my community, more active with my platform. And this is a very much needed step that I'm very grateful you are helping me take. And thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you very much. This is one of many times they're going to be very, very proud of you. Thank you. Good to see you. All right. That's a star in the making, folks. Right here, we have an older one that's been a star, and now we got a future one that's going to be a star. So it makes me feel really good. Okay, next up, presentation. We're going to let you follow that, Bradley. Presentation by Bradley Reynolds with SCDOT on the Carolina Crossroads Project Director. Yes, sir. We're so thankful that you're here, and take it away.
Well, I appreciate you having me here tonight. We wanted to do a little presentation on the project, but we've come to ask for a municipal agreement because we're doing some work within the town limits. But I want to go over a little bit of the project with you first here. Again, my name is Brad Reynolds. I'm the project director for the Carolina Crossroads project. Do I have an advance? So just an overview of the project for those that aren't familiar with Carolina Crossroads, which I hope most people are at this point, but you can see here on the screen that it extends from downtown Columbia all the way to where, if you're familiar with the Midlands Connection project that just completed with the widening that goes out through Newberry. So that's the limits of the project. It is mainly addressing the 20 and 26 interchange and the 126-26 interchange, but however, we are also doing some widening along 26 as it extends out to, again, the Newberry project. So it is in phases. You may have seen some things in the news recently. We have completed a couple of the phases of the project, which is the Colonial Life Boulevard interchange and the Broad River Road interchange. We're currently working on the piece that you see in green, which is over the bridge placement over the Saluda River and CSX Railroad. That extends out to 378 in Lexington. And we've done clearing. I know everybody saw that when the clearing along the 26 corridor. I mean, that was pretty opening whenever we did that work. So that work was done in order to allow us to do some frontage road work, which is a 3A there. So we're going to be moving the frontage roads out and doing some utility work to allow for the new interchange to come in. That project goes to construction this year in December. And then 3E is the main interchange. It won't go to construction until 2030 timeframe, and then you have 126, which will go to construction in 2029. So there's a lot of construction that's coming, but the piece that I wanted to talk with you guys about tonight is what we call up here is phase 4 and 5. It used to be split up as in 2 different projects, but it is one project. So it's basically everything west of St. Andrews Road. So everything west of St. Andrews Road, we are going to construction. We have a construction letting in February, so early 27. And it will reconstruct Harbison Boulevard, and it's going to widen 26 out to where it meets up with Midlands Connection, and that is right around the Broad River interchange. And then it's going to also do the frontage roads from St. Andrews Road out to where they end, Fernandina and Jamil. So that's the scope of the project, but the very specific part for the municipal agreement is the Broad River Road interchange. So at Broad River Road, that runs into the municipality of Irmo, so your limits extend out to the Broad River Road interchange. And state law requires us when we're working in the municipalities that we talk with them and get a municipal agreement that gives us the permission to actually do the construction in those limits. So it's not a lot in the limits of Irmo, but there is a portion of the work that will be done around the interchange. Now the interchange itself is not being replaced or improved. What we're doing is we're having to when we widen the interstate, we add width on the lanes, we add new lanes in there. The ramps have to be moved or tied back into at the interchange. So there's ramp work that we're doing up each one of the ramps in each one of the quadrants that that does get it within the municipal boundaries. So what is a municipal agreement? Go back to that one real quick. So here are just some bullets, and I've provided the draft agreement for your review. And it is just, again, like I said, notification that we're going to be completing some work within the municipal boundaries. And then the town agrees to allow us to do that. And then also the town would assist us in any kind of utilities that they have or any utility relocation that we may need to do with utility companies. However, we've already coordinated with all the utility companies that are in this area. We're working with them to make those relocations now. And there's no town utilities that are within this particular area, no town utilities in there. So, and then, like I said, just require future utilities to get encroachment permits. And then while we're doing construction, if the town needs to do any work in the area or they need to put any traffic control or anything that would impact the construction, that they would just get that approved by SCDOT before they did that work. So that's essentially what the municipal agreement includes. And I do have one thing I do wanted to share with you though is, the town does the maintenance on the landscaping at those interchanges. So if you see the next, so one thing about that is that some of the landscaping will be impacted. The green areas is what shows up as landscaping. The red dash marks is what we call construction limits. So that is areas where we will end up having to remove some kind of fill material or either tie down slopes or something like that in those areas. So the landscaping within those areas will be impacted. And one thing I can say about that is we're going to work with our contractor to make sure that they minimize any kind of impacts to that landscaping in those areas. I need to see if if there's plans or if there's irrigation in those areas. We would look to try to maintain that for the landscaping that's in the areas. So that's something I'm hoping I can track down or get a copy of, so we can continue to make sure our contractor doesn't impact it any more than necessary than it should at that interchange. So again, I was coming today to present this. I don't know if it's asking for the signature of it, approval of it, or the municipal agreement itself, but okay. So, and I'm here for any questions you may have.
Yeah, we have that agreement on the agenda tonight
It is on the agenda tonight.
to approve, correct?
Yeah, I'll definitely stick around. I can stick around if you have any questions. If you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Yes, sir. Very quick question. It looks like, if you go back a slide, Danielle, it looks like an entire landscape area is going to be basically constructed or deconstructed. My question there is, who's responsible to replace that? Does that fall on the town of Irmo?
So if it was constructed under just our standard encroachment permit, yeah, the replacement of any landscaping in those areas generally falls on the permittee, whoever got the encroachment permit. Yes, that's generally how their encroachment permits work.
Questions?
Okay.
Can you go forward a slide, Danielle? It indicated that most of the work will be done overnight and weekends. Will that be closed at any point?
The interchange itself would not be closed. They may have to, there may be a detour or something like that would have to do to tie in some work on one of the ramps. But you know, if they had to do any kind of detour, we do all that during our lower peak travel times. So that generally falls on nights and weekends when we would have to do that. But it would be something that would be quick. It wouldn't be something that would be an extensive, weeks-long closure of a ramp. It would just be maybe an overnight closure or something like that, where we would direct you maybe to the next interchange and you would turn around and come back to get to that one. So that's the kind of stuff we're talking about.
How is that being communicated to the public? Are we working in conjunction with that effort?
If we would definitely make sure that gets out as a press release. If things like that are happening, major changes in the traffic patterns, we could make sure that gets out, and then we could have the town added to that so we could get that information to you guys as well, as far as a notice goes.
Last question, what's the time frame for you to be out there on Broad River Road in this phase?
Well, the construction begins we're letting the project to construction in February. The exact time frame of when they're going to be in this phase was going to be up to the contractor.
27?
Yeah, it's going to be up to a contractor. So I don't know that they won't be tying this work in first. They're going to be doing a lot of the utility relocations and moving out some frontage roads. So that won't be the initial thing they do. But once they get the widening in place, they'll be tying in those ramps. Yes, sir.
Anything else? Riley, thank you very much. Appreciate you being out here tonight.
No problem.
All right. The next item up is the school showcase and Dutch Fork Elementary School Academy of Environmental Sciences, presented by Principal Rebecca Dilly. Rebecca, that's a mouthful. I don't think they had that when my kids were at Dutch Fork
No.
Elementary School.
Probably not, but it's been.
But they are proud graduates, so.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you guys for having me speak to you tonight. Again, my name is Rebecca Dilly, and I have the honor of serving as principal at Dutch Fork Elementary, the Academy of Environmental Sciences. This year, our theme has been Small Paws, Big Impact. And our students and staff have truly brought that to life each and every day. Helen Keller captured this spirit best. Alone we can do so little, together we can do so much. That belief continues to guide our work and shape our success. Just today, I asked our staff to reflect on the highlights from this school year. I asked them, what do you think is something you would like me to share? The first thing that was yelled out in the crowd was our growth of students. We have surpassed goals we set in both ELA and math, an accomplishment that speaks to the dedication of our teachers and the hard work of our students. We have also been very intentional about how we use our time, repurposing early release days to maximize instructional impact. This focused approach has made a meaningful difference in classrooms across our school. Our partnership with community remains a cornerstone of our success. We are fortunate to have a strong PTO and School Improvement Council that are truly part of our school family. Their support helps create enriching opportunities and experiences for our students. With the support of our School Improvement Council, Dutch Fork Elementary, the Academy of Environmental Sciences, was officially recognized as a 2025 nationally certified magnet school by Magnet Schools of America. This distinction reflects our commitment to a rigorous, theme-based curriculum, creating diverse learning environments where all students can thrive and are prepared for the future. It is a tremendous honor for our school community, and while I will say the full name every time. Improving student attendance has been huge for us the past few years. So I'm a numbers person, but we've actually seen a significant decrease in chronic absenteeism. So those are students that have missed a large portion of the school year, over 10 days. When we began this journey, we were at 22% of our students being chronically absent. That number has decreased to 6.6. 4 years ago, we had about 160 truant students. Today, we're down to 37. This progress reflects a collective effort of our school and community to ensure every child feels valued, connected, and excited to come to school each day. We've also worked very, very intentionally to build a positive and supportive school environment and culture. We have added a weekly den time celebration because we are the Fox Cubs, and Fox Cubs lives in dens. And this, we recognize and uplift every student. So this year, we have celebrated over 418 positive office referrals for our kids and reduced our major discipline referrals to 200. This clear evidence of growth in student behavior and engagement is evident every Friday. In addition, we established a student council this year. Student leaders are taking over, guys. They have ideas, they're gathering input, and they're guiding our school through different activities. They are learning what it means to lead, serve, and give back to the community, truly embodying our small paws, big impact mindset. As we look ahead, we only have 5 more weeks of school. We're going to finish the year strong. We're going to continue to serve the wonderful Irmo community by making the world a better place that we live in. We are grateful for your ongoing support and proud of the difference we're making together. We would love to welcome any of you to come experience the heart of our school. This is every Friday morning at 8 o'clock, as long as there's school on Fridays. If it's not, then Thursday. You are welcome to come see what that feels like. We celebrate readers, writers, students with positive character traits. We try to have at least every student on stage at least once a year. We do our honor roll, our perfect attendance, and we'll highlight our students and staff as well. So we would be honored if you wanted to come check it out and see the magic. Also, if you're ever wanting to be a community partner or a mentor, we are wanting to grow those as much as possible as well for our students. So right in the heart of Irmo, we are proud to be there. Even with all the widening going on right out front, we are making it work, but it's an honor to serve Dutch Fork Elementary and the community of Irmo. So thank you for having me here tonight.
Any questions, comments?
I don't have any questions, but I just want to make a couple of comments. Y'all heard her talk about positive referrals. She didn't put quite enough emphasis. It's positive, P-A-W. I thought that was pretty cool. And I'm very biased. I've had 2 children go to Dutch Fork Elementary. One is currently at Dutch Fork Elementary, and so really enjoy it. This is Mrs. Dilly's 2nd year as principal here. And is it 3rd? Oh.
Time flies, Mr. Ward.
Yeah, it flies. Man. Yeah. Anyways, what I've seen, I've served on the School Improvement Council a number of those years, and what I've seen is she came in and ideas were flying everywhere. Ooh, you should do this, you should do that. And she has very methodically brought all of those ideas, put them in a bag, laid them out on the table, and she is knocking every single one of them out and making that school such a great place for our community to grow. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
And then this is not how she normally dresses. It's Spirit Week, so she's in the spirit of camo for today. So you forgot to mention that.
I hesitated. I went all over it. It is the month of the military child, so today is camo day. Tomorrow's wear purple in case everybody wants to join us. The whole district will be wearing purple tomorrow for that. So thanks, Mike. I was nervous. This is not my normal wardrobe, so I appreciate that. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Good job. Okay. Counselor?
Yes.
Community connections.
Yes, we've got several community connections tonight to go through. The first one is the Sewing and Needlecraft Club. This is a new club to stitch, share, and swap. This is going to be a weekly gathering on Thursday mornings from 10 to 12 noon. It has essentially started, and I'll turn it over to Councilwoman Coleman.
Well, we're having fits and starts with Friars Gate Park, unfortunately. Just recently, they informed me that they have some conflicts, so I'm going to have to put it off till May now to get started. We did show up on the first day, but there were just some snafus that have to be worked out on the park's end, so I'll have to delay that. But please still come out. It'll still be on Thursdays. I might have to change locations because I need, to be open from 10 to 12. Yeah, that'll help. But unfortunately, they had some things come up that's conflicting with originally agreed upon dates. So for those who are stitching out there, please just stay tuned.
Thank you. Again, just a reminder that we have the Free Friday concerts coming up at Moore Park starting this Friday, April 24th. There's also going to be a concert on May 1st and again on May 8th. And these are free concerts at Moore Park. Gates will open at 5 p.m. and the music will begin at 7. On Saturday, April 25th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., there will be the Artisan Spring Market, Art Under the Oaks. This is at 7336 Woodrow Street. This is the Artistic Aspirations location. There'll be vendors, clothing, local artists, crafts, food. This is for all ages, so plan to attend. There will also be a yard sale and bake sale on Saturday, April 25th from 8 a.m. until whenever. This will be at the Macedonia Baptist Church. That's the church at the corner of Lake Murray Boulevard and Church Street. They will be selling fish sandwiches and hot dogs, as well as having homemade baked goods, household items, and clothing and toys for sale, and all kinds of things at their yard sale.
I'll be emptying my shed on that day.
On Sunday, April 26th, from 11 a.m. until 7 p.m. in Moore Park, is the Sharp View Irmo International Festival. This is the annual festival to celebrate our culture and community. There'll be lots of activities. It's free admission and free parking, live entertainment, crafts and cultural booths, international cuisine, exotic car show, kid zone. Come out and celebrate our community and celebrate our diverse cultures. On Saturday, May 2nd, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Union United Methodist Church Family Ministry Center, there'll be the Shower of Hope Community Resource Expo. This is an opportunity for parents to come out and find information about services for their infants and small children, kinship care families, and families with children with special needs. There will be a lot of information at this fair, so be sure to put that on your calendar. Namaste Yoga's Mindful Triathlon will take place on Saturday, May 2nd. This will be held at Crooked Creek Park in Chapin from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. You can scan the QR code on this flyer to register. All the proceeds from this event are going to support underserved families via the Irmo Mayor's Initiative. On Thursday, May 7th, from 6 to 7 p.m., there'll be a National Day of Prayer held at the Prisma Health Amphitheater in Moore Park. Everyone is welcome. On Saturday, May 16th, and Sunday, May 17th, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., there'll be the Festival at the Friars Gate. This is a Ren fair, and the entry is free, but registration is required. Go to friarsgatefestival.com to register for this event. On Friday, June 19th, from 3 p.m. until 9 p.m. in Moore Park, there'll be the 6th annual Juneteenth celebration. This is being put on by the town of Irmo in partnership with the African American Historical Society of Irmo. There'll be lots of activities going on. This is a free, family-friendly event. All are welcome to come and take place and join in the unity, celebration, and community pride. And that concludes the community connections.
Thank you, Barb. There's a lot going on in the town of Irmo. And I remember when I was first elected, or somewhere even before that, I heard complaints that there was nothing to do in Irmo. And there certainly seems to be a lot of things that are going on in the last 5-6 years that are going on in Irmo. So, again, please attend. I can tell you the Irmo Town Limits concerts are going to be fabulous. 3 Friday nights in a row, and it's free. The Irmo International Festival will be fabulous. They'll all be fabulous. I am looking forward to the festival at the Friars Gate. I might dress up like some kind of knucklehead from 1200s. I don't know, maybe. And Juneteenth, of course, which is historically our biggest event in Moore Park. So that crowd does a great job. Anyway, next item up, presentation by citizens, agenda items only. There are no one signed up for that. Is there anyone who might have missed that who wants to speak on agenda items only? Yes, ma'am. You would come up and give your name.
Karen Campbell, and this is regarding the cleanup and what y'all have been doing at the Rawls Park. I would just like for y'all to look a little bit more at the maintenance, especially around the creeks, because as I walk my dog, I can see lots of leaves and logs and stuff clogging up the that goes underneath the road, the concrete drainage, that go into roads. And when we have these awful downpours, we want to make sure that we can get that water out of there and not bog up the place, because a lot of it is near where you're having the new park for the kids. So,
Yes, ma'am.
if that would be helpful.
We'll take care of it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. All right, next item up, unfinished business. Item A, second and final reading of ordinance 2605 to amend chapter 33 of the Municipal Code and establish a local accommodations tax brought to us by the staff. This would establish a 3% local accommodations tax with all revenues going to tourism-related expenses. Jim, would you like to, well, hold on one second. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? Having been appropriately motioned, Jim, would you like to comment on that, or would you like me to read the background?
You can read the background if you'd like.
Okay, yeah, I'll be happy to.
Just want to reassure that this is not a tax on the local residents. This is anybody that stays in our hotels. And everybody does it when they go to the beach, when they go to state parks. It's always a percent of your local aid tax in that. And that helps us bring in heads and beds. So, right. Good, Mayor.
The state currently charges a statewide accommodations tax of 2%, which results in annual revenue of approximately $85,000. Many counties and municipalities charge an additional 3% accommodations tax, often shared between the two entities. Richland County does charge 3% to hotels in their jurisdiction, but does not charge those within the town limits of Irmo. So the town is free to charge the maximum 3% without sharing 1.5% with the county. A 3% accommodations tax would result in an additional estimated $120,000 per year. This money can be used for tourism-related purposes such as the Okra Strut, funding Lake Murray Country's advertising efforts, or funding the public works crew as they beautify the town and parks. That's the history of that. We have never taken advantage of it, and we feel like it's time to do that. So are there any comments up here?
No interaction.
I'm sorry? No.
I would just like to say for the record, I was initially against this. I didn't think it was hospitable to tax our guests. But the ability to use these funds to expand and enhance our current parks, I think warrants the use of that. I was also educated that if we don't take this assessment, the county can introduce it as well. So if we don't do it, we might lose it. So for that reason, I'm happy to endorse it.
Thank you, Council. Anybody else?
I have a question, more of a curiosity. For this local accommodations tax, does it also apply to Verbos and Airbnbs?
It does.
Thank you.
When we can find them. It's the big key, when we can find them. All right. Okay, we'll call for the roll. Lisa?
Mr. Ward,
Yes.
Mr. Penfield,
Yes.
Ms. Coleman,
Yes.
Dr. Waldman,
Yes.
Mayor Danielson.
Yes. Thank you all. Next up, item B, second and final reading of ordinance 2608, an application to annex .44 acres of land into the town of Irmo, brought by the Planning Commission. The parcel TMS R04004-02-01-02 is located at 200 Ministry Drive. The applicant is requesting a zoning of CG General Commercial. This is currently a commercial building with 5 different businesses in it that have asked to come into the town.
So moved.
Second.
Having been appropriately motioned, is there any further discussion? Lisa, will you call the roll?
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Penfield?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
Mayor Daniels?
Yes. Thank you. Next up, second and final reading of ordinance 26-09, an application to annex 21.78 acres of land into the town of Irmo, brought by the Planning Commission, approved by the Planning Commission. The parcels TMS R03206-01-11 and -12 are located on Dreer Shoals Road, north of Leamington Way. Parcel R03206-01-11 is requesting a zoning of FA, which is fringe agricultural, and parcel R03206-01-12 is requesting RS, single-family residential zoning. And for clarification, FA means 1 house per acre, for those of you who are counting, interested in that. So, is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Having been appropriately motioned, is there any further questions, comments?
Yeah, I was initially against this as well. I was afraid this would end up somehow giving an opportunity for Water Walk 2 to happen, and I've been educated otherwise. So I think it's a great addition to the town, and hopefully the neighborhood in between this property and the existing property will be welcome to come in as well.
Okay. Thank you, Counselor. Anything else? With hearing nothing else, Lisa, will you call the roll?
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Penfield?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
Mayor Daniels?
Yes. Thank you all. All right, under new business, first reading of ordinance 26-10 to adopt operating and capital budgets for fiscal year 2026-2027, brought by the staff. And this will establish a general fund operating budget of $13,025,193 and an orchestra budget of $184,000 for fiscal year 26-27, beginning July 1st. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Having been appropriately motioned, I will ask for further discussion and turn it to Jim for a minute, if you want to just give a couple of thoughts.
Yes, the budget with the 13 million, it also counts for the 1.9 million that we're getting from the USDA. So originally the budget would be 11,125,000, and that's a $400,000 increase from last year. And in those expenditures and revenues will include some capital items. It also includes the CPI increase for sanitation, which was in an agreement that was signed last year. And the 2.7, the CPI is 2.7 this year, would be the staff increases also in that. Capital projects include, obviously, the town hall, new finance software, approximately $80,000 for Miss Lisa. Union United Methodist Bridge and Trail, which is $102,000, an ongoing scanning project for $40,000. And staff recommends approval of the 26-27 general fund budget in the amount of $13,025,193 and orchestra budget in the amount of $184,000.
Thank you, Jim. We've been working on this budget now for 4 to 6 weeks. This is no stranger to anything, but
Doug has done a phenomenal job.
Doug has done a phenomenal job. Not too good a job, but a phenomenal job. You know what I'm talking about. Any further discussion?
Jim, I'd like to reference page 65, the legislative section under miscellaneous. There's approximately $130,000 in benevolence, I guess I would call it there. Can we come up with something in the future, like we have a procurement policy? Can we look at some type of policy for what I'm referring to as benevolence? Because we have $130,000 in gifts. I'm just curious at how we can create something that would allow more nonprofits to benefit from these funds. In addition to that, something that we do not really have a fair rubric of how, that I'm aware of how to do that. Is that something that we can talk about going forward?
Council wishes, we can put that in discussion in a work session for sure.
Because I don't know if it works out that each council person would have an allotment so that that could be spent that way, or if you have a maximum or a minimum, that would open that conversation up.
Yeah, we can look into that, bring some ideas.
I have nothing further.
Is there a objection to any of those?
No, I just want to talk about the process.
Yeah. All right, anybody else? Okay. Lisa, will you call the roll?
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Penfield?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman? Yes. Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
Mayor Daniels?
Yes. Okay, for approval of Resolution 2605, Fund Balance Policy, brought to us by the staff. This ordinance sets a target reserve of 4 months of operating expenditures in the general fund. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second?
All right, having been appropriately motioned, I will read the analysis for the record. The proposed fund balance policy establishes clear guidelines to maintain the town's financial stability and flexibility by setting a target reserve equal to 4 months of operating expenditures in the general fund. It defines how fund balance is categorized and used, prioritizes responsible fiscal management, and ensures that reserves are available to address emergencies, revenue shortfalls, and long-term obligations. The policy also requires a structured plan to restore fund balance if it falls below target levels, and ensure that any use of these funds is subject to council oversight, reinforcing transparency and sound financial stewardship. Jim?
Again, this
Comments?
is one of these house cleaning ordinances that we're reviewing, and this establishes your transparency with your fund balance. So we do have a healthy fund balance, and a part of that is because of the town hall, but once that town hall is built, we establish, and we have capital projects that we do have to do all the time. And in the budget, on the last page, you saw the CIP, which is the capital improvement plan. So when we go above those 4 months, we can take some of those funds, bring them back to council, get approval from council to do those projects and catch up on our capital projects. But also sets the bare minimum just in case we hit any shortfalls in a year that revenues don't come in as expected, that we don't fall below that 4 months. And if we do, and that puts me in the hot seat to come up with a plan and present to you guys on how we're going to get back up there.
Do you have an estimate of what that 4 months is from a dollar standpoint? About 900, somewhere in there?
Yeah, it's about $4 million.
Okay, 4 million.
Yeah, 4.4 that we'll keep in our reserves at all times.
Okay. Any questions?
No, I just want to state that it's always a good idea to, plan ahead, have your contingencies, and just practice good sound fiscal management, especially for a town that's growing.
Right. Agree. This puts it in writing. Okay, Lisa, will you call the roll?
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Penfield?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
Mayor Daniels?
Yes. Okay, next item up is the approval of a memorandum of understanding with Union United Methodist Church. This MOU will allow for the creation of a shared walkway and bridge connecting Union at UMC and Moore Park. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Having been appropriately motioned, this will be a 6 to 8 foot wide path from their parking through the woods, over the creek, and into Moore Park, so we have additional access to parking, especially once we have the new town hall built in there. Jim, anything to add?
Just United Methodist Church was just a great partnership with them entering into this, and they look forward to be able to use that park when they need to, and especially during summer times with their preschool and stuff. So I think it's a good mutual benefit for them, and it's a good show of partnerships too.
Yep. Any other comments?
I have a question.
Yes.
What we're approving tonight is the MOU. It's not approving a specific dollar amount or budget.
No.
Even though we have a projected cost on here, but we're just approving the MOU tonight.
The whole project we'll bring back in front of council. The money's allotted in the budget, but I'll bring back the project to you.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
And the church has been great to work with.
Oh, yeah, they're
Yeah,
phenomenal.
fantastic. All right, Lisa, will you call the roll?
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Penfield?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
Mayor Daniels?
Yes. Thank you. The agreement, item D, agreement with SCDOT concerning the Carolina Crossroads project. I am not reading this. Just telling you, we'll be here. I'm not reading it. We'll be here all night. I think we got the highlights from Brad. This basically says we're going to do whatever we need to do on our end and get out of their way while they do the work, and hopefully figure out a way to keep some of Witt's forestry up there in the interchange. If not, we'll figure out a way to replace it. So I think that pretty much sums it up. Yes, sir?
Staff
Okay.
recommends
So
approval.
moved. So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you. Any other conversation, questions, concerns? Lisa, will you call the roll?
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Penfield?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
Mayor Daniels?
Yes. Item E, acceptance of a quote to repair, seal, and stripe the town hall parking lot, brought by the staff. I think we heard Jim mention that earlier. 3 quotes have been received. The lowest quote was $9,585 from Pothole Heroes. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Having been appropriately motioned, is there any further discussion? Lisa, will you call the roll?
I'm sorry, I just wanted to go point. Just
Excuse me?
discussion, I wanted to make a point.
Okay.
Yeah. Can we just make sure that they're going to use coal tar, not PMM?
Sure, yes.
Lisa, will you call the roll?
Mr. Ward?
Yes.
Mr. Penfield?
Yes.
Ms. Coleman?
Yes.
Dr. Waldman?
Yes.
Mayor Daniels?
Yes. Okay, next item up, presentation by citizens. Again, civility is the key, and you have 3 minutes. I only have one person signed up. But Julie Zimmerman, come on down. That's right.
Thank y'all for letting me speak about this project that I want to do. First, I just want to introduce myself. I'm a longtime resident of Irmo, and I'm a licensed therapist, so I would love to chat about the Mental Health Month initiative and how I can help with that. But why I'm here today is to further spread my food initiative that I started in October called Irmo Neighbors Helping Neighbors, and that would be to ask to put a blessing box at the park, Rawls Creek Park in New Friarsgate, where I've lived for 22 years, and I thought it would be a great addition. I'm asking that you guys just approve for us to let us build it. You won't have to maintain it. You won't have to stock it. I'm going to get hopefully some donations from a local business or folks that just want to donate the supplies to build. I have someone that's going to build it, and I've included all of the parameters and everything in the proposal. So I'm just asking that y'all let me do this and come out and tell me where we can do this so we can get that started. And this would be the first of many. So, but I wanted to start in my neighborhood. So that's why I'm here tonight. Yes. Okay.
Sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
Get with us, and please get with me about the Mental Health Month.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am?
Awesome. Great. Thank you.
Yep, that was easy. Anyone else who's not signed up who would like to have something to say? All right, hearing none. Open discussion, nothing there. We have executive session. The town council may act on items discussed in the executive session after returning from the executive session. Executive session pursuant to Code 30-4-70A2 for receipt of legal advice regarding a private roadway and associated utility improvements. Take a motion to go in executive session.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second?
Having been appropriately motioned, all in favor say aye. Aye. Excuse us, folks, while we go in executive session. Okay, thank you, folks. The motion to come out of executive session?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Folks, we were in executive session, no votes were taken, no decisions were made from that standpoint, so we stay very legal. Next item up, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you, folks.